you want to know my opinion and what I think, just keep on watching. Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with a new video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about relationships and cheating. I just feel like recently I've just done like back-to-back videos about that. I did one recently earlier this week, so if you've not seen it, do check it out, where a man, he was, like, he's very honest with his wife, and he's talking about like he does find other women attractive, da 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 da, and if she was to leave him tomorrow he wouldn't be bothered. So in today's video, it's a woman speaking on her marriage, and she was just like, cheating's no longer a deal breaker for her. And I'm just like, well, your husband's lucky. I just feel like when you speak stuff like that, because power in the tongue, you're kind of giving him the go ahead, the wink wink. Because for me, and when like I'm currently dating, and if I get into a serious relationship, I'm gonna be like, listen, the cheating thing, it's an absolutely deal breaker. If you cheat on me and you come back and be like, oh, it was an accident, I didn't, bye. If we're living together, please pack your bags and leave, because I don't want you no more. I don't want to be I'm not fighting for the relationship, the marriage, like it's over. Obviously, she's like, oh, people make mistakes. People shouldn't just divorce because their husband's cheated on them. And it's just like, hmm, I wonder if it was the other way around, that if the man would feel the same way, Because when a woman does it, you've broken up the family, when you've got children, you've got the house, you've got the cars, you've got the whole package, but yet you still ended up cheating. And it's just like, you've just ruined it for me. I could just never, like, that trust, like that's another level of trust, being married to someone and you love them. You know what I mean? When you got married, you took an oath in front of God, friends, and family, till death do us part. Like, so yeah, for me, I couldn't forgive, and I know God talks about forgiveness, but there's a reason why adultery is a sin, and it's in the Bible. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm gonna roll the clip, and I will be back with my commentary.
And a lot of women may not agree with me when I say this. Cheating is no longer a deal breaker for me in a relationship.
No,
it's no longer a deal breaker. If he had a mishap or whatever, I understand that we are humans.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I haven't been in that situation.
Right.
But I used to be like, oh, hell, I would never, oh, no. But now, as you think about just life, I don't think that I would be like, this is it.
Right.
Because I just don't. And I've grown into that type of thing because that is mature. And I would want him, if something were to happen, hopefully open communication, that we could actually say, hey, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. Can you forgive me or whatever, and vice versa, just because there is a level of love there.
But that comes from
open communication. You have to.
To see the full episodes, go to Soft Life Secrets with Miracle and hit the subscribe button.
So you just heard that, and if you're anything like me, we're immature because we won't forgive our partner that cheated on us. And it's just like, we're not talking about one mistake. Some people are multiple cheaters. Some people have side babies. Like, there's levels to cheating in it. Like, there is ones that they just do it by accident. It just happened. But all I'm saying is, or how I see it is, if you was to do the same thing, or if you did it before them, you can either do it to get a lick back, or you just do it because it just happened. 9 times out of 10, they won't forgive you or show you the same courtesy you're giving them. And I feel like people do need to be more honest in their marriages, relationships, and it's just like, like, just curious, like, babe, if I cheated, like, what would you do? They can say anything, but until it actually happens, you don't know. Just like this woman, she said she's never been cheated on, so I don't even know why she's putting it into the air, because again, power in the tongue. I'm not going to talk on cheating or infidelity, all that stuff, because obviously I don't want that in my life. So even her speaking on it, especially on a big platform, and now it's gone viral, it's not good, because again, I just feel like it's giving the green light. If a husband sees this clip, his friends and family, they'll be like, oh, your wife said, if you mistakenly just happen to sleep with another woman, she'd forgive you. And it's just like, when someone suggests something or just puts it out there, rhetorical question, it just makes you think like, oh, so I can actually try this. And and a lot of men do cheat and they claim to be sorry, but they're not. They're just sorry that they got caught, or they got exposed, yada yada yada. And it's just like, But she said, people that don't forgive and are in the feelings and what a divorce, they're immature. It's like, no, the trust is broken, they're heartbroken, they're in pain. Like, they're probably paranoid because even if you do forgive, it's just like, say, like he doesn't tell you the girl that he did sleep with. If he's just being nice to a waitress or saying hello to someone, you're probably like, oh, is that the girl that you slept with? You know what I mean? Like, it can drive people crazy. So shout out to the people that do forgive their significant other, because yo, that's a whole nother level of forgiveness and strength just on its own. But yeah, let's get into some people's reactions.
Well, if you're not okay with your man cheating on you, it's because you're immature. No, that's not what I think, but that's what she thinks.
Cheating is no longer a deal breaker for me in a relationship.
No,
it's no longer a deal breaker. If he had a mishap or whatever, I understand that we are humans. Of course, I haven't been in that situation. I've grown into that type of thing because that is mature. And I would want him, if something were to happen, hopefully open communication, that we could actually say, hey, this is what happened. Can you forgive me or whatever, and vice versa.
My issue with what she's saying is she makes it seem as if women who are not okay with a man cheating on them are immature. Like, I have just come to this level of maturity. People are human and life sometimes be lifing. You can be perfectly mature and still say, I set a clear boundary that you violated, and as a result, we can no longer be together. As a result, I no longer trust you. As a result, I no longer want to continue this relationship or this marriage. That doesn't make you immature. It sounds like someone who may have been cheated on quite a few times in the past and had to end relationships, and she decided, I would much rather stay in a relationship with a cheater than be single. You want to be in relationships, so you have made concessions. That's not maturity. That's concessions. If you want to stay with a man who cheats on you, that's perfectly fine. But you're not a better woman nor a more mature woman if you do.
Shout out to Life Coach. She's right as usual. I do use a lot of her clips in my videos, but no, I agree. Like, so because we don't want to take a cheater back, we're immature. Like, it's giving pick me shot energy. Like, just to say you're married, just to say you want a man, your man can cheat on you. You know what I mean? No, it's okay. Like she stated, boundaries, trust. Like, you set things there in your relationship and in your marriage for a reason, and if they've broken it, then I do have the right to leave the marriage, because you know what I mean, you've broken it. Like, there's rules. You know what I mean? Some people have an open marriage, an entanglement, yada yada yada, or let their guys have, a free weekend, or the lads holiday. That's your marriage. But you know what I mean, in everyone's marriage is different. But for her to be like, oh, if you don't forgive, then you're immature, and it's just like, you know what I mean. And again, if you was to cheat on the man, would he keep that same energy? That's all I'm bothered about. You know what I mean? It's not always about the women forgiving, but then if the woman was to do it, then nah, ain't no way I'm not forgiving her. Da, 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 da. Again, when a woman stepped out, she's every name under the sun but a child of God. But when men do it, it's just men being men. You know what I mean? They just always expect men to cheat, but women have to stand 10 toes down and always be faithful no matter what. And it's just like, Ciao. But yeah, shout out to Life Coach, and I agree with what she said.
Cheating is not necessarily a deal breaker, but pillow talking is. Let me cook for a second. I think that as a couple, we can get over the fact that you cheated. We can get over the fact that maybe you fell victim to the flesh of somebody else. But what we can't get over is when you take our secrets, when you take our vulnerabilities from inside of our house, right? If you take my flaws and you tell them to somebody else, you have the nerve to be volunteering information about me to somebody else. And some of these people are even bold enough to call your phone and tell you about all of the things that your partner, your life partner, told them about you, or what they can't stand about you, or what they don't like about you. At that point, that is something that we absolutely cannot come back from. Cheating is something that's an isolated thing. That is something that you did as an individual. But whenever you incorporate our secrets, whenever you incorporate our lifestyle, whenever you incorporate our children into your cheating, that is absolutely something that we cannot get back from. It's a deal breaker. Am I lying?
Yeah, cheating's still a deal breaker, but I hear what he's saying, you know, the pillow talk, you know what I mean? There's one thing, falling victim or whatever he said about the flesh, like, don't bust me up. When people start using biblical terms, it's so funny about, yeah, the temptation, like I fell for the flesh, you know, the whole Jezebel spirit just took over me. I couldn't help myself, you know, it's just, I sinned, it's, yeah, here we go. But no, I agree, you know, a lot of these married men that have side chicks or, you know, just the girl that they fool around with, when they start chatting all the gab and then mysteriously the side chick gets the wife number, feels like they can pull up at the wife's job, at the home where the married man lives, it's crazy. And I hear so many like stories, like news stories of like the side chick unaliving the wife, and sometimes the wife unaliving the side chick, especially when they find out they're pregnant. Like, listen, this is why it's a sin for adultery, because this is what it can lead to. It can lead to murder, people being unalived, people getting seriously harmed. It's crazy, but I agree, especially when you talking all that and they just get the courage to be like, I'm gonna ring up his wife. Da, 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 da. And look, three people, yes, so it's becoming an entanglement and all three lives are ruined. The one that I heard recently, so the wife pulled up, so this is messy. I think the wife had a tracker on her husband or something because she was able to find him. So she pulled up at the side chick's house, was banging down the door, ready to fight. This was in America. The side chick got her strap, which she was licensed to have, and she powwowed her and unalived her. So because of this cheating man, and this is why I could never forgive a cheater, because if he never cheated, his wife would still be alive till today. In the comments, it was divided. You know, a lot of people were like, "This is why the wife should never pull up." Da, 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 da. You know, just get a divorce, just leave quietly. Everyone handles it different. It's like bereavement. Everyone copes and handles it different. Until you're in the situation, you can't tell someone what to do. Just let's just say she never went round to that house. 9 times out of 10, she'll still be alive today. So you know what I mean? He wasn't worth dying over. So for me, definitely, if you're married, just divorce. Try and take them for everything they've got because you deserve that. But do not pull up on the side chick. Do not try and fight her or bring a strap or any weapon. It's not worth it because you're either gonna go pen or you're gonna be on a like it's not worth it. While the man always still comes out on top, which is really annoying. I think that's what pissed me off with that story. He's obviously not gonna go prison because really by law he's not done anything wrong. The side chick's gonna go prison for unaliving this woman, and now the wife's dead. So he's just out there, and you know he's just gonna move on and get a whole new girl, and it's just like, but obviously there was a lot of people, single people in the comments, so I was with them. I'm like, see, this is why I'm celibate. This is why I'm single. Like, it feels so good to go to sleep at night not worrying about anyone cheating on me, anyone trying to bring me an STD or having side babies. When I say it, it feels so good to be single, and I'm just watching all these relationships, marriages, just look, it feels so good. But yeah.
Cheating is not a deal breaker for me. I think the more I mature and the older I get, I'm realizing like asking somebody to be your person for the rest of your life when you start a relationship, because I be looking for marriage, so I'm looking for the rest of my life when I start a relationship with somebody, because if you're not, then you shouldn't be with that person. But yeah, that's a lot to ask for somebody to be like that everything for you for like the next 60 years, because I swear I'm gonna live to like I'm 100 or 90, and I'm 30 something right now. So baby, I'm I really think I'm gonna be the only person that you ever deal with for the next 60 years? Like, you're never ever gonna slip up ever in life. I just feel like that's really unrealistic. Like, really unrealistic and a lot to ask. Like, I feel like you're gonna fuck up, but just fuck up like respectfully and tell me.
So you just heard it there. It's not a deal breaker for her. So she's like in my age range, and I don't agree with her. I feel like if I can be faithful, why can't you? Because the same way, if a guy doesn't have to be single, neither does a woman. You know what I mean? Do you not think if I'm going to be married to you, I'm not going to find other men attractive or other men are going to approach me? Of course they are. But it's for me to hold you 10 toes down and as your wife and to have integrity and respect for you. But most importantly for myself, that I'm like, no, I'm married. I love my husband. Da, da, da. And most people cheat. Well, they say by like stats, most men cheat when a woman's pregnant, which is it's just like the worst thing because it's like she's carrying your baby. It's not like she's pregnant for someone else. She's carrying your you, and you've cheated on her. But yeah, most men cheat when their woman's pregnant. Obviously, if you've had like an argument, or maybe she might work too hard or work away. So yeah, I don't agree with her. I get what she's saying. If you're gonna be with a person forever, and it's like people when they get married at like 19. You know, when people get married super young, it's like you've not even experienced life or different people. Like, how do you know you want to spend the rest of your life with this one person? But no, I don't agree. I'm a Cancer, so I'm very big on loyalty. If I can stay faithful, trust me, you can stay faithful. If you can't, leave me the fuck alone. While we're dating, if I've stated that cheating's hell to the no, that's your time to be like, you know what? I have a feeling in the future I might cheat on you, so I'm gonna leave you alone. I would respect you for that. Like she said, you know, if you're gonna cheat, make mistakes, do it respectfully. That's pretty much what my mum was saying, no pillow talking. But if I've told you or if I set these boundaries of what I want and you're like, you know what, I can't do that. Leave me alone. Recently on Pop the Balloon, a woman was like, you know, obviously I'm on this show to find love, dating, but eventually I want to get married. A guy popped his balloon and he was like, I don't ever want to get married, so you know what I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time. And I love that. And she respected him. She's like, I respect that, you know, I loved your honesty, and obviously you're not wasting my time. So I love that. So if I set these boundaries, if you can't do it, please leave me alone and let me go find a guy that will love on me and only me. So I do not agree. But I want to see the fellas in the comments. If you've ever cheated, why? More time ever. I just want to know, like, why do people cheat? Like, I just don't get. And I'm not talking boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm talking like marriage. And do you agree with her? Do you feel like a man, you know, if he marries, like at some point he is gonna, you know, step out? But I don't agree with it. Listen, you married me for a reason, right? Not for a season, for a reason. So yeah.
If you cheated on a woman and she found out and she stayed, she did it back to you. She cheated back. You know, some of you all probably think, oh, nah, she won't do that. That's the mother of my kids. You did it. You're the father of her kids. You did it. She married to you. You did it. You told her that you wouldn't do it, but you did. You think that she didn't do it back to you? You all think that you all can just do anything around here and do as you please, and the women are just, you know, these women have feelings too. These women doing the same. These women have the same feelings, the same desires, the same hurts, the same. They're the same as you. If you think that she stayed after she found out and she didn't do anything, especially if the right opportunity came, you out of your damn mind. Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. She did it back to you. And it probably was better. She probably found somebody better, somebody taller, somebody stronger, somebody with more money, and did the hell out of them. And here you are thinking, yeah, man, I messed up, you know, but I know my wife won't do it. Okay, go ahead, think that. Think that. I'm just telling you, if she stayed, she did it too. I'm just saying. Now, maybe if she left, she probably didn't do it back. But if she stayed,
Yeah. He told no lies. Like women, when they cheat, they're not messy like men, you know what I mean? They're very low key about it. And I agree. If a woman forgives, she's got her lick back. You will never know. Because it was just a one off in it. She just did it just so well, I don't know. I've never cheated, so I don't know. But I guess she's just in case she's ever get into a mad argument, she'd be like, well, remember that time you did it? I got my lick back and I did, especially if he knows the guy. Oh my gosh. But I agree with him. She's gonna get someone bigger than you, stronger than you, maybe more money than you, more handsome. Like she's not just gonna just sleep with any Joe or Willie Mill. Like she's gonna get that guy. Maybe a younger guy, you know, a little toy boy. Like, but no, I agree, especially people in those long marriages, like 40 years and that the heartbreak's real, so it's either divorce and she's gonna take you for everything you've got, or she's getting her lick back, but you will never know until you have like a really heated argument and then she just blurts it out. But no, I agree with him. Like it's wrong because if you're gonna forgive, you have to forgive like full heartedly. Like And this is what I'm saying, like, don't forgive me, but then you run and go and do the same thing as, you know what I mean? Because then it's like, what's the point of being married? You know what I mean? We might as well just divorce and be separated. Or, but no, I agree with him. Like, trust me. You know when she's happy again, and the husband's probably, I'm so happy we got over. If you have therapy and all that, and you just, he's in a good. But trust me, she got her lick back. Trust and believe.
And a lot of women may not agree with me when I say this. Cheating is no longer a deal breaker for me in a relationship.
No,
it's no longer a deal breaker. If he had a mishap or whatever, I understand that we are humans. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I haven't been in that situation.
I first saw this video and said, okay, that's honest. But I can assure you that cheating is not a mishap. And then I came across this video.
Things my ex did and I still stayed. He gave me chlamydia twice.
When you're cheated on, it was a conscious decision. It was choice. It was not a mishap because it required a list of decisions to get to the point that the occasion happened. Now, with that being said, if this person decides to do this and not tell you, as the young lady had happened to her, that could put your life at risk. If someone wants something so badly that they would lie about it and then put your life at risk, that's when you have to ask yourself, what type of person are you dealing with? Someone who doesn't regard your life or theirs.
Shout out to him. He spoke facts. Like, when they're just like, oh, it was just a mishap, or it was just a mistake. No, cheating, there's levels to it before you actually whip out your private parts and insert it into. Trust me, there's levels to it. You know what I mean? If you met them on social media, so that means you've been talking in the messenger, and then you finally link up, usually hotels, motels, Airbnbs, like, you know what I mean? You had to drive from this, but like, there's levels to it. There's so many like points you could have turned around and be like, I can't do this. Like, your wife's image didn't pop up in your head, and you wasn't thinking about the children if you've got children. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's not just a oops, oops, I slipped, I did it again. Like, no, it was calculated. You knew what you were doing, especially when they're grown, like in their 50s. I did do a video on that big CEO that got caught at the Coldplay concert. If you've not seen it, do check it out. Even them, they were like baby boomers, and it's like, social media, everyone's got the phone, even though they were on like the whole love cam, but it's just like, yous are old, like, you're too old to be out here cheating. So it's not even like we're talking about youngers, we're talking about very grown people. You know what cheating is, you know what I mean? You knew what you were doing. So, and after all that, he had to step down from his position as CEO. Obviously, his wife's going to divorce him. The family's going to break up now. They had children. Like, was it worth it? So I agree with him. Not that woman saying about the things that my ex did and I still stayed. Chlamydia twice. It's like, when people show you their true colors, please believe them. It's like, what was you waiting for him to give you like herpes or HIV? Like, I don't get it. Like, huh? And the video that I'm gonna touch on next week, it's about bug chasers, which you're probably thinking, bugs. Like, when you say bug chasers, it means people that chase people who have HIV that they want to get it. I don't know, it's some weird fetish. Like, and doing research for that video and collecting clips, a lot of people have come out, this is how I found out my husband gave me HIV. So a lot of people in the world, or a lot of women in the world that do have HIV, they got it from their husbands, and it's just heartbreaking, because then when you divorce them or break up with them, you still got this STD for the rest of your life. Like, it just doesn't go, it doesn't clear up like chlamydia. You've got it for the rest of your life. You need to take medication, so you know what I mean, your body's fully okay, you're fully functioning. Like, it's really sad. And thank God, you know what I mean, it's not the 80s and 90s where HIV was, taking lives. But I was just like, this is so sad. There's different women, black, white, Asian, and they just kept coming on like, the time I found out that my husband had an affair or was cheating on me and he gave me HIV. And it's like, whoa, like, God forbid, like, oh my gosh. It's terrible. And with one woman on there, her husband died of it, but she was okay, you know what I mean? Because when she was diagnosed, like, it was just at the beginning stages, so she got onto the medication. She was just on the ball compared to him. Men don't go to the clinic and the doctors like they should. But I was just like, it was just heartbreaking. Like, I'm gonna struggle in that video because it's just like, it's just gonna be a weird one. Because I remember watching a documentary, I think it was on Channel 4, that men that actually go, not even gay, but they sleep with other men. So they can get HIV. It's crazy. We live in a crazy world, guys. And I remember I told my mom, and my mom was like, "You're making that up." And it's like, why would I make something so hideous up? She's like, "I don't believe you." I sent her the link to the documentary, and she's like, "Wow." I was like, "There's some sick, twisted people." I'm like, "Yeah." And I can't believe you thought I would make that up. Like, I was so offended. It's like, I wouldn't make it up. She was like, "Or maybe you misread the title." And I'm like, "No, I watched it. There's men out here chasing other men to get this HIV. Like, it's crazy." And yeah, they call it bug chasing.
My nigga cheat on me, I will stay with my nigga only if I know for a fact that it's an accident, or not an accident, but that it didn't mean nothing. Me and my man, we trust each other so much that I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he didn't mean that. And he's never cheated on me again. He's never talked to another girl again. He's never did anything again. We built our trust, and I feel like we have a healthy foundation. So just because your nigga cheat one time don't mean that he don't love you. I still cook for my man, clean for my man, wash his clothes. Like, anything that man asks of me, he can get it, because that's my man. Now that I got all you pick me ass bitches and you dumb ass niggas in this motherfucker, bitch, that's why you ain't gonna never find no true love, bitch. You need 2 feet to stand on, hoe. You let these niggas walk all over you, bitch. Any bitch that agree with any of the shit that I said, bitch, you a pick me and you a loser. Nan and a boo boo. Go get 2 feet to stand on, bitch. Go get some balls. A nigga shit on you, bitch, he don't love you. It don't matter if he cheat 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Every single time that you let that nigga know that it's okay for him to cheat on you and you stay, bitch, you letting him know that he can cheat on you. Loser, you letting him know that you're a loser, and you ain't got no standards, and you ain't standing on your own 2 feet, and you ain't got the balls to leave him, and you don't know how to be alone. Clock it, bitch. You showed that nigga a million times over and over that he could get away with treating you like shit. You showed that nigga over and over again that you still gonna show up for him and do whatever the fuck you want to do with him, because you don't know how to be alone. Because you love him so much that he can treat you like shit, or he can give you the bare minimum, or he can love bomb you for 2 seconds and then go back to treating you like shit because he know that you ain't gonna leave.
She had me shook at the beginning when she's like, "Yeah, my ninja, he cheated on me and we good. You know, I clean, I cook for him." And it's just like, so you're doing up wifey duties, but you ain't his wife, and he cheated on you. I was like, he's got the best of both worlds. And then she just flipped it like, "Nah, girls like you's a pick me. They're not even pick me shits. They are a doormat." You know, when you know you've got it like that, like, I can do this to my girl. I know she gonna take me back. She gonna cook for me. She gonna give me money. She gonna pick me up. You're a doormat. You're not even a pick me, so you're a doormat. Like she said, your guy could step out, have a side baby, bring you the burner, aka the bug, like, so much. And it's just like, and you know what I mean? You just won't leave. You're always gonna be there. Like, he doesn't love you. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't even, like, you know what I mean? Even have respect for himself. Because if he gets the burner and then brings it to you, now you've both got HIV, or, you know what I mean? Chlamydia, herpes. Like, listen, there's an uprise in HIV. I did a video on it. If you've not seen it, do check it out. It's literally for reasons like this. People are just raw dogging, out here cheating, like, ew. But shout out to her. I just love how she flipped the script. But everything she said is true. If he's cheated on you once, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna cheat again. If you're just out here letting him cheat, like, it's like Cardi B with Offset. I used to scream when she used to go off. I'm like, "Cardi, let that man cheat in peace." You know, like, we know he's a cheater. Let that man cheat in peace. You know what I mean? But this is why I do not. If a guy cheats on you, do not take him back.
I can't speak for other women, but I can tell you how I see it. Usually, if someone cheats, it's because they're unfulfilled with themselves or with something in the relationship. And they just don't know how to communicate that. So it doesn't mean that they don't love you. You can love someone and still cheat on them. At the end of the day, we're animals. But obviously, there's a big difference between, like, cheating once and being a serial cheater. Because some men don't care, some women don't care. Like, a relationship to them is banter. But to me personally, it's not that big of a deal. As long as I hear it from you and you're willing to work on the relationship, then it is what it is. We're human, innit?
Yeah, she made some good points, and I agree to an extent. Like, I do agree, a man can cheat on you. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you. He just doesn't respect you, doesn't respect himself, doesn't value you. But yeah, she's right. Obviously, we're humans. We're gonna make mistakes. You know, she's like, we animals. But yeah, listen, I could get cheated on. I'm not gonna be the first, and I'm not gonna be the last girl to get cheated on. Like it's just a part of life, innit? So again, like the girl said previously, like don't be shocked if you think a man's gonna be married to you for like numerous of years and he's never gonna step out or make a mistake or a mishap. Like you know what I mean? You could literally go to your friends and be like, "Oh, Dave, Dave cheated on me." Your girls will be like, "Typical," you know what I mean? Again, when men do it, it's like, "Oh, he's just being a man, typical." And it's like, but when women do it, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm shocked, and she doesn't seem like the type, and oh my gosh, like I thought she loved you." And it's just like it for me. What I hate with cheating, it's just different when women do it. I think that's what I can't stand. So if she cheated on you, she doesn't love you, but when you cheated on her, you still loved her. Right. But yeah, I just think no one respects anything anymore. No one respects themselves. So if they don't respect themselves or love themselves, how do you expect them to respect and love you? You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Especially when they bring you the burner or they have an outside baby. Like, you know what I mean? It's like with Wendy Williams. She knew her husband at the time was cheating on her, but she had boundaries. Like there was rules to it. She's like, do what you're doing because you're a man in it. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, but do not have any outside babies. And lo and behold, what did he go and do? He had a side baby, and then obviously then, because this is when she still had her TV show, she had to divorce my man. Even if she didn't want to, she had to because it's just like the principle. If he had that outside baby, and then she's on her show. You know what I mean? People are like, "What's going on?" You know what I mean? So it's really sad because since her divorce, she's never been the same again. So again, these men can ruin your life by cheating, bring you the burner, having outside babies. But this woman wants to be like, "Oh no, it's not a deal breaker."
Everyone's gonna hate me for this one, but actually, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Don't watch this video if you're not healed. I'll be so real because you're not going to be able to take it. At the end of the day, you can only get played if you're an idiot. You can only get played if you're a fool. It's really that simple. If you're naive, if you're stupid, whatever word you want to use, you don't know the knowledge. So it's easy to get played. 9 times out of 10, you gave him the cheat code on how to play you. You told him everything that he has to do to be able to get what he wants. You told him, I don't open my legs unless I'm in a relationship, and you're wondering why now in 2 weeks you're cuffed. You told him that if you're not taken out on about 4 dates, you're not going to go to a hotel with him. You told him. You gave him the cheat code to play with your heart. And it doesn't matter if you told him implicit or explicitly, you still told him. At the end of the day, they can only play you with what they're given. So this is how to not get played. So stop telling people your boundaries. Keep your boundaries in your head, okay? This boy is not your friend. You don't need to tell him nothing. Do you get it? You don't owe him anything. Let me give you an example. Let's just say in my head, I'm not going to link a guy unless he's taken me out about 4 times. Let's just say that. He has to just keep taking me out. And let's just say he takes me out 3 times and now decides, oh, can I come round? Do you want to come round? You don't need to say anything. It's just done. Stick to your boundaries no matter how small they are, because small boundaries always turn into big red flags. He ruined it for himself. He's never going to know that he ruined it, but he doesn't need to know, because as soon as you tell them, they're going to make a change. As soon as you tell him, oh, no, you've only taken me on 3 when I said 4. Oh, he's going to start, and he's going to talk his way out of it if he's a good talker. So girls, again, let me repeat for you. Have your boundaries in your head. As soon as he breaks it, just walk away. Block, bye, on to the next. Because I guarantee you another guy's going to move you in about 2 weeks' time. It's never that deep.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of people, when they break down the relationship, again, like the previous girl said, people cheat because there's something missing within themselves or something in the relationship in it. Sometimes they're bored, working too much. People have let themselves go, so they're not as attracted. Like there's different reasons. So I agree. In most cases, you let him play you, and I agree. Like like because I'm currently dating, I'm not gonna go on a date and be like, I don't like this. I don't like. I'm gonna keep my mouth zipped. So when you're doing that, I'm just gonna cut from you and be like, yeah, this ain't working. You're not my type. If you ask, oh, why? Then I can tell you you did this and this. But I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you need to take me on 5 dates. I don't know. We need to fly out. Like I think because of social media, people just don't know how to even just be in a relationship anymore. Like, why are you giving him a shopping list of all these stuff he needs to tick off before you can have sex or before you can do this and before you can come round to my house, Netflix and shit? Like, it's weird, and I agree. Why are you telling them? Even like when people are like, "Oh, tell me about your ex," like, you don't need to know about my ex. You know what I mean? It's like in the Bible, the 10 Commandments: thou shalt not lie, steal, obviously commit murder. Most stuff is like common sense. So I don't need to tell you, if you cheat on me, the relationship's over. Like, you should know that, because cheating's wrong just in general. Just like I should know, if I cheat on you, you're gonna leave me or dump me. Like, hello, it's like common sense. So I don't need to tell you, oh, if you beat me up, I'm gonna leave you. No one wants to be in a DV relationship. Of course, if you put hands on me, I'm gonna leave you. Like, it's common sense. So I agree with her. I feel like a lot of girls need to stop the, you need to do this, you can't do this, because the guy he's just gonna play you like a fiddle. So I agree.
If you are a serial cheater, I am the worst therapist for your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, to see. Because I'm telling them to leave. I'm telling them to get the fuck. I'm telling them to run as fast as they can. Because, especially if y'all still dating and y'all think about getting married, because y'all don't stop cheating. And I know that. And I need for them to know that. They be acting like, oh, they gonna change. I'm stumping on every piece of hope that they have that you're going to change. Just in case anybody got it confused, the serial means multiple. Means you didn't learn your lesson the first time. It means you don't have no remorse. You don't feel no guilt. You might be a sociopath. I can't, in good faith, continue to tell them to be with you. So if that's what you like to do, and you found out, oh, they seeing Chicago's favorite therapist, just start packing up your shit. Because in about 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 12, I'm getting them the fuck up out of there. And see, the reason why I have this down to a science is because 9 times out of 10, they came to therapy because you're a cheater. Or 9 times out of 10, you're going to cheat in that 6, 8, or 12 weeks. And that's just going to reinforce what I had already been saying. Like, I already been planting seeds of doubt. And baby, once you cheat one more time while we actually got rapport built, oh, that's going to send it all the way home. It's going to send it all the way home. So, yeah, start thinking about where you're going to move.
I'm like her. My friends could never come to me like their boyfriend or husband cheated, because you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Run for the hills and run to the court. Get a really good lawyer and take him for everything. So I agree with her. A serial cheater, you know what I mean? There's the one-offs and the mishaps, but a serial cheater. Listen, I know a couple of them in a real life, and they're just on the run. They're not sorry. They just have kids here, baby mothers here. Like, they're just a hot, stinking mess, thinking they're the shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's funny because they have all these outside babies and all these kids, and the kids don't even like them. So you've got all these baby mothers that don't like you. You've got all these kids that don't like you. Like, that's a lot of negative energy, you know what I mean? And a lot of people you've done wrong, a lot of sinning. So when it comes to Judgment Day, I hope you're ready, because at the end of the day, only God can judge, in it, really and truly. Even though we judge on earth, but your demise is not gonna be, you know what I mean? Your end of days, you on your sick bed, it's not gonna be nice. Like, karma, listen, when that karma lick back comes around, you're gonna know about it. But yeah, the ones that have burnt people, giving them herpes, HIV, you know what I mean? The karma you're gonna get, because it's just like, that person loved you, they were faithful to you, they adored you, and this is how you repay them. Like, wow, when I say there's real life demons, these are the serial cheaters we're talking about.
My father shot my mom in the back for infidelity. So from that day forward, I vowed that I would never cheat on my partner.
That's deep. That's deep.
He could have killed my mom.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But he was enraged. He's like, I do all this for my mom. When I tell you her closet used to be crazy. My mom, her designer was crazy. My daddy took care of her. So for him to find out about infidelity, I mean,
yeah.
And my dad he was in the Navy. He's in the Army.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it was just probably one of those situations where she just needed some.
Oh, guys, yeah, you just heard that. Jeez. Not shots in the back. Jeez. See, If my man was in the army, do you think I'm ever doing a madness like that? I'm just gonna leave and divorce him. Because, you know, butchers, guys in the army, feds, you don't mess with them type of people in that profession. Armed police, like, the training, especially the army, the amount of training that they have, and a lot of them have PTSD from, you know, the madness to see overseas. Like, and again, she said her mom, her wardrobe was dripping, her dad treated her really well. So people like that, that really have everything, I wonder what it was that made her cheat on him. Maybe it was the time, because obviously if he's in the army, he's not around as, you know, like normal people. But and it makes me laugh. She told herself, from seeing what happened with her parents, she told herself, I'm never gonna cheat. It shouldn't take that. You shouldn't have to see something to be like, I'm never gonna cheat. You should have integrity and respecting yourself to be like, when I've met someone, I'm gonna be loyal and only be with them. I just don't get how people can just sleep with that person, sleep with that person. It's just like, But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've got any recommendations on stories you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.